Well, here's a creek before, maybe Brushy Creek. We're headed into the Brushy Creek campground. Scott's staying here, Scott and Yelena, and their teardrop camper. I'll have to get you the name. VTech, I think. Just gorgeous. Here we were here in mid-March. It's a beautiful day, about 70 degrees. I'm coming out to see them for the day and video their camper and the alterations Scott's made to it. But what a setting. Old moss-covered bridge. Here in Winston County, Alabama. I'll have to get you the sign, the historical sign for the Looney's Tavern here in a bit. That's kind of interesting. Well, get on the way. Off of County Road 41, headed over to the National Forest, is Looney's monument to Looney's Tavern, site of a neutrality meeting of more than 2,500 hill folk of northwest Alabama during the spring of 1862. C.C. Sheets, Winston's delegate to the Secession Convention and one of 24 delegates who refused to sign the Secession Ordinance, was the principal speaker. The Looney's Tavern Convention requested that the Confederacy on the one hand and the Union on the other leave us alone, unmolested, that we may work out our political and financial destiny here in the hills and mountains of northwest Alabama. When the Neutrality Proclamation was read, Uncle Dick Payne, a Confederate sympathizer who subsequently served as CSA under Longstreet, remarked, "Uh-oh, Winston secedes, the Free State of Winston," thus giving the county its individualistic name. That's pretty cool. Scott, Colby, and Jason.
What's up?
Okay. And Brushy Lake.
Is that right? Brushy Lake, yeah.
Brushy Lake. Well, I bet this is beautiful when the leaves all pop out. I hear the waterfall. We'll be over and get that in a minute. You ever fish off the dock here?
Yeah. You want to see the fish they caught?
Yeah.
I didn't catch much.
Got a couple brim right off the dock here.
No, we were in kayak.
Yeah, we were
kayak. Oh, you were. Okay.
Yeah, we caught them out there.
But tonight we're going to be dock fishing to try to get a meal out of it.
Yeah, that's fine. We got them sitting here right now.
Then you got the day use area over there. And the campground back over on this side. Now the restrooms and the day area.
Look kind of shy, Larry.
Ah, you're not shy. It's Yelena and Kim.
Hi.
Hanging out. Jason's and Kim's GoPro? Is that what these are? GoPro?
Pursuit.
Flyer Pursuit, yeah.
It's a nifty arrangement.
You gonna give them a tour, Jason? Pretty much sees it all. Go around back and see the little kitchen.
Oh, you got your kitchen in the back. Okay.
Well, Jason built that wall. And also the fridge. Is on out.
Side one.
So his is completely open, but he built that wall and built all the shelving and the fridge and everything in the back.
What's he got in the tube there? He put that's all.
So he added the tubes and this is his poles for his Batwing awning. This awning right here.
Yeah, the awning.
It holds these poles.
We also put our 2 fishing poles in there.
Fishing poles, different things you can store in there.
So just
Slick.
That's for my blanket.
See, like
And then you put your kayaks on the rack.
That's my outdoor blanket, my outside layout blanket.
that's the shower compartment he put on his. So like on mine, you know, I hang mine. He built this compartment.
Put it right on the side.
it's on the top and bottom too. Latches. And then this right here, you know, this folds out into like a little shower curtain.
On-demand water heater. So instead of having the pull-out kitchen on the side here, yours has got the cabinets in it.
Yes, sir.
And then the wall that you built in the back. And you went with the Wave 3 heater, I see.
Yeah, upon your suggestion.
Yeah.
Scott's, but he said you highly suggested it.
Oh yeah, they're great. I got 'em. If you're camping like this, it's fantastic.
They do whatever, and especially I like the owner, the lady.
Jason went with the Sportsman inverter, 2200 watts. It's already set for propane. Well, that's it running. I'm talking a little louder, but it's still not bad. That's comparable to the Honda. Standing about 6 feet away from it. I think it is better. Standing about 6 feet away. Yeah, right now. Of course, it's not years under load. You didn't have anything running other than discharging your batteries. Yeah, I think the Honda is fine. Standing about the same distance away, 6 feet.
I guess for your viewers, the other thing is that $600 quieter. That's about the difference. Yes. Plus, you got to buy the $150 conversion kit for this.
Convert it.
Yeah, to convert it to propane. Which this one, if you look, Dad, show them, it sticks out on the side. See it there with the propane is.
Oh yeah.
There's a good chance you're going to have the same generator in 30 years. Not probably not.
Okay, we got Scott's setup at GoPro
Flyer Pursuit.
Yep. But yours has got the pull-out kitchen.
This one's got the pull-out kitchen, but it has a Dometic. You can get the Dometic. I think it's like 55 quarts or 55 quart fridge. This one has a compressor in it, so it actually like cools, you know, and a lot better than their more affordable model that doesn't have the compressor in it.
Isn't that the same one Jason's got on his?
Jason's got the same one.
Yeah.
But he bought his aftermarket.
Oh, okay.
This didn't come with it. So so when you get the kitchen, it comes with this, And then it comes with a Dometic flip-up glass top stove right here, that I took out and sold.
That was that 2-burner propane
Two
stove.
small burner propane stove, which we didn't use that much. It was just hard to get full-size pots and pans on it, in my opinion. So then that's why we bought the Blackstone.
And you went with the Blackstone, you just set up on a separate table.
Right. But then we still had the stove here. And the only thing we were using it for was to percolate coffee. So that's why we went with the 1-pound propane stand there, just to percolate to cook our coffee, or if we want to do like beans or something like that, we can put it in a pot and cook on that.
Oh, okay.
Rather than having all this space tied up in the stove we never really use but for those few things. And then this is what we found out after camping for a year. We missed having the kitchen, so I took a stainless steel double bowl kitchen sink I found at the scrapyard, and the small bowl was still good. I cut it in half, installed it in here, and built the wood top for it. And then I bought the faucet off of Amazon and put on there. And it folds down in order to stow away. And then we bought I think we got this at Costco, cutting board. I just cut the corner out so we could set it on top and cut vegetables and things like that.
Have another, okay.
And then the drain, you get a shot. I know we got stuff in here.
Over here.
Drain comes out the bottom, and then we just dump it into one of them Reliance 5-gallon buckets, and that's the drain from the sink. And then once we're done, I can take the crinkle drain, and I have a little latch in the bottom. It folds in and stores up underneath, and so everything still slides in and out. I just got to bring out that Reliance container to catch it, or I have another extension of that hose if we're in a spot where I can let it just drain out, you know, to the outside. Pipe clamp up there, and it'll
Okay, the terror's got out.
So then that'll just close up in here. It'll store up inside, so I can roll it in and out where it's not dangling. Yep.
And then you made that box in front then too, right?
Well, this here is the top that goes from the factory on top of here. I think the newer models have like a little better looking one in my opinion. It's lighter. It's like stamped metal. I think it says Flyer on it. The box I added, I took the stock from the factory. It came with a 20-pound propane tank on the front, which we found never used that. You know, for like doing 3-day trips, we wouldn't use that much propane. You know, I think we had it for a year and still hasn't even emptied it. So I think that's the one we're running the generator off of right now. So I put the box in here. And inside the box, we got, I upgraded the batteries from the standard deep cycle marine grade cold cranking amp 12-volt battery that come in this compartment. We put 2 Duracell 6-volt batteries in parallel, I think that is, right, to get 12-volt. And then there's a series.
I'm not sure. It's one of the other. Yeah.
It's done right. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
So this turned into our battery box, and then right here.
No, you got to put them in series to get the 12 volts.
Okay. Yeah. And then this here is our. That's the hookup for the. This is now. Because we have the sink. There's a 20-gallon water tank underneath behind the axle. It's like a polyurethane tank, and we just built like a aluminum housing on it to store the tank. And then it's plumbed over to here, so this is the fill for the tank, this is the vent for the tank, and then this is also if we have water hookup, city water hookup at the campground, I can hook the water directly into here, cut off the pump, and I can go off the city water and run the sink endlessly. But if not, I have the pump in here I can show you, which is now, this is that's where the battery used to be. And so now we have the pump coming in, and you can see the water line back there. That's going out to the sink. And I put a braided line and braided water line in there, so when we collapse it, it'll fold in. And stay flexible, you know, so you don't have to unhook any water lines when it's going in and out. It operates with the slide. Here's the pump. It's the C-Flow. I think it's 3 gallon per minute, and it shuts off on pressure, so you don't have to turn it on and off. Once, if you're not using the sink, and it comes up to its pressure, like 50 psi, I think, it'll turn itself off automatically. If you open the sink or the faucet, it loses pressure, it automatically kicks on. Also, they got another water line that goes to, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But here, then I got I don't know if you can see it from this side, probably did. So this is a battery disconnect. The batteries can come in, you know, you got your, I think it's, I can't remember the gauge of that wire. I think it's 6 or 8. Yeah, 6 gauge wire coming from the batteries. And then that goes right into a kill switch. And then up top, you probably can't see it, but there's a fuse block and a ground bar block here, where I wired in the pump, so I can turn it on or off depending on if we're, you know, off grid like we are currently. We got the pump on because there's no water here. We're running completely off the tank. And then we have switches for lights. These are the rock lights underneath. We got orange lights in the bottom, so you can see around at night. And supposedly orange mosquitoes and other bugs they're
Not attracted to it.
well, less attracted to it, whether or not you believe any of that.
Right.
But it's enough light and it's not blinding to where we can see around. And then we got another 12 volt terminal up here switched for another future project. And I've yet to figure out what I want to do with this space other than it kind of being the mechanical room of the camper. Here again where the battery was, but we moved them up to the front. This now is where we relocated the propane. And right here, I don't have it set up, but there's a mount we have, and if we get to where we want to install the shower, we got the on-demand shower like Jason does, but ours, we don't have the box. We might do that in the future, but it'll hang here. And then right here, I got a water valve and a hook click connect. It can run off the tank or the city water also. So I got a braided line I can hook to the shower for water, and then I hook right here to the gas on the splitter gauge. And then I can hook the propane up to it real quick. And then I have an aluminum rack that mounts to the roof rack that I made. And then I have a shower curtain 3 foot by 3 foot here. And the shower head has a little mount in it to where we can take a shower and have the hot water. And it's totally isolated. Your neighbors won't be able to see you or anything. And then also we can put our portable camper or our portable toilet in there as well. If we can use it as a bathhouse, and you can sit on the toilet if you're showering. You know, the women can.
Now, back here, this is the way Jason's did open up, right?
Right.
Until he built that wall
Right.
and put the shelves in it?
Yeah, this is still a flyer pursuit, just without the kitchen. So what we lose is, see, we don't have all the cabinets up there because. Can you get?
Okay.
You want me to turn the light on? Or?
I think that'll be enough.
So, and we'll see it from the side door too. But his, see how we have that little extra space up front where our feet, where we don't have.
His has got cabinets up there.
Right, that would be this space. He just pushed his mattress all the way up, and then he built that wall, and he has the shelving and stuff back here.
And he mounted that, I've forgotten the name of it already. The heater. The Camco infrared?
Camco Wave 3 catalytic converter.
Catalytic.
Heater, sorry, not converter. Yeah, that's the Wave 3. And then we got that hard pipe propane to the tank outside as well. So it's ready to go anytime. It's hard pipe to it. We got the TV up there. And then the green thing on the right of the TV that's lit up, that's the battery monitor we got. So it tells you if you're charging, if you got a solar generator hooked up, it tells you the amps coming in, the amps going out to your devices, how much percentage of battery you have. It shows you obviously your volts are left on your battery. It's just kind of better. Just keep up with your batteries, make sure you don't drain them.
And the thing above it in the blue?
That's the Jensen speaker that came with the camper. And you see the speakers right above it, the left and the right.
Right.
That's a 4-channel speaker, so it's got two. It's got the front channel speakers, which are currently installed stock from InTech. But if you actually take that radio out, there's 2 wires on the rear ones. You know, because it's I think it's like a boat marine grade style radio. And then those I hooked to those, and I drilled straight down into the slide area where the kitchen goes in, and I put 2 RCA terminals in there. And so, and I'll show you those speakers that are on top of the camper right now. We can look at them. But this is
And these are the vicious beast.
this is
Yeah, easy, Lily. Down, Lily. Down, Lily.
so these are. You can see there's the RCA plugs,
Right.
the male and the female. So I just soldered on the. So if I unplug these, those are just an extension of the rear wires off the back of the radio.
Okay.
And that radio has a app on it that you can put on your phone, and you can change the fade to like you do in your car. If you want more sound in the back or more sound in the front. So if we're outside, I just change the fade off of my phone to the rear, and then I got these little Boats cheap speakers I bought off Amazon. They're like waterproof speakers, and I just hooked them up. I got 1 and 2, and so I just switch the rear, got the music out here if we're watching TV in there. If we want to listen to music, I just switch it over to the front. And then,
Perfect.
and then we can run all that off of our batteries.
And this Batwing awning, this is impressive.
Yeah, the Batwing awning, it goes all the way around. And then we have 3 walls. So of course it goes out at an angle similar to the tie downs. And it all zips together. They're expensive, but we saved up and they're worth it in our opinion. So you can get 4 of them and make this a total enclosure.
Like a little room
We
out
got
there.
3 because we never find ourselves really needing all 4 of them up. So we just got 3, but today's a nice day, so we didn't put them up. I think that's
Who made
about
your
it.
little trash can stand there? Did you make that?
Yeah, just out of PVC pipe. And then these are just, I didn't glue this piece in to either the bottom or the top, so it collapses the squares.
Okay.
And then you got your 4 poles,
And the shoes down there, they take the trash out when you,
yeah.
okay.
Yep. Pretty much stay in Crocs most of the time, but sometimes I put those on. And then the tank back here, I don't know if you can get a shot of the tank, but
Oh, the water tank?
if you can go up, shoot up underneath there, you can see that's a 20-gallon tank right there. Maybe 21 gallon, I can't remember the exact.
And there's your little plug that you made for your trailer.
Yeah,
Trailer hitch.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there. Okay. And you welded all that together and stuck it up there?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's been tested with water and traveling, and it holds. So it's bolted to the frame.
Pretty slick operation. Alright. And this generator will operate everything on here. It'll operate the air conditioner and everything?
Yeah, there's a lot of debate on that, but
Right.
it has for us.
So it's got enough to start it. That seems to be the...
Yeah. This is the new model Honda. That's a 2200 watt, and but I've heard of people taking the 2000 watt and starting it too.
Same thing.
Yeah, I think that's a 9000 BTU. I'm not exactly sure unit, and so I'm sure they make bigger models of these with the Explorer. I think it might have a bigger unit. I'm not sure. This one, you turn it on, you can hang meat in this. I don't understand why they would, make a bigger one for
Right.
the Explorer. You think it would be a little bit more size better. But heck, we don't even really use the air conditioning hardly, even on hot
That's
days.
probably a standard unit for RVs, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Here in Alabama, it's like we just run that max fan even on the hot days, and it keeps us cool, keep the windows open. You are camping. You're not trying.
I don't know. It's a nice weekend spot here.